All right. It's too late to make a video. There's only 13 minutes left in the day. If anyone joins for this live, great. If not, I'll be happily going to sleep in about 2 hours. In the meantime, doing some stuff on the computer. Mr. Gabrielle, how we doing, brother? Dan tells me that you're doing well. Ah, Miss Nikki Ortega, I love you as well. Good to have you on my live. The new apartment is well. It's amazing. Thank you for asking. I heard the economy is going to crash. Should I focus on starting a business or nah? Lives are so entertaining. Mr. MM, what's your real name so I can address you properly? I would say that there's always opportunity in business. And if you have a stable income right now, starting something on the side is great, but don't get rid of your job. Your name is Marco. Marco, it's a pleasure to meet you. If you have a great job right now or you have steady income, I would stick with it unless a better opportunity comes up job-wise. But I wouldn't start a business until you have, some momentum going. So you got to take your free time when you're not working. Hyper Gamer, how we doing, brother? Pleasure to see you on here. Dude, what's your real name so I can address you properly? I think you told me on the last call, on the last live, or in the comments, and I forgot. You got to change that name or tag. Bargav, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Your last video was very valuable, great content. Nathaniel, thank you for the feedback. Do you have any questions I can answer to be of more value to you? Now would be the time if you have anything. Happy to serve. Eugene, Mr. Eugenio Silva, I'm doing well. Thank you. How are you? A fellow friend from Panama. Bargav, if I'm pronouncing your name correctly, I do not have any experience with Google pay-per-click. I wish I did. Pay-per-click is cool. I love pay-per-click. All advertising online is cool. All good. Just got my point of sale from Credit Corp. Cool. Congrats. We work with Credit Corp, and I've had a great experience with them. They've always approved our merchant account increases for credit card processing. And they've been great. We are fortunate to have them approve. Recently, we increased it quite a lot to $200,000 a month in processing, which I'm very excited about, so that we can continue to scale. So Credit Corp's great. How would you suggest finding your first person to remove yourself from the core function of the business? Service delivery. Yeah. So how do you recruit talented people? I mean, so I can speak from our experience. When it was just me in the agency, the first person I hired was a virtual assistant. I couldn't really afford to hire someone who could do all the service delivery because I was only making like $5,000-$10,000 per month. And, like a salary is at least $4,000 per month. A low salary in the United States is $3,800 per month. So, you need at least like $4,000, $5,000 per month for a salary for someone who's going to be like talking to clients and doing high level thinking stuff that you're doing. So I started out with a virtual assistant and I trained them on all the things I could. So anything I thought that a virtual assistant from the Philippines could do, I trained them on how to do that. That was my first hire. And that helped a lot. That was what allowed me to get to like $20,000 per month, $15,000, $20,000 per month. Still with no account executives, just one virtual assistant, maybe two at that time, and myself, $15,000, $20,000 per month, which is actually a lot of money. I mean, it's great, but you don't own a business, you own a job. So that sucks. So then once you have $15,000, $20,000 per month, you need to hire someone who can talk to your clients. And that's when you really remove yourself from the core function of the business, because these service-based businesses, you're serving people. And so serving people means you need to have a person serve the person. So when you're hiring an account executive, some people call them account managers. I like to say account executive. This is essentially you, right? And so I tried at first hiring somebody who had no Amazon advertising experience, and that sucked. And I didn't have the time and energy to invest in training them from ground zero. So I always recommend hiring somebody that is, at least for your first account executive hire, someone that knows what you're doing already. Like if you do Google AdWords, hire someone that's a Google AdWords expert that has maybe 1, 2, or 3 years experience. If you don't want to hire someone who's like a genius, that's fine. You can find someone with 1 to 2 years experience. If you want to try to go for someone that has a lot of experience, that's fine too. But at the end of the day, you simply need to look for these people that have experience. You can use LinkedIn. You can hire a recruiter on Upwork. We found an amazing recruiter. We are so blessed. She is like a godsending. And hiring a recruiter, somebody that's really good, is beautiful as well. Posting in Facebook groups, there's tons of groups. So yeah, there's a lot of different things you can do. Hopefully that answers the question. Eugenio, the thing I don't like is that I have to manage the credit card info of a new client to onboard them. Yeah, when you say that, I think you mean like you have to manually punch in the credit card information to process the transaction. I deal with that as well. Yes. Yeah. And I don't know if they have a link that you can create like Stripe where they automatically insert the information. I thought they did. You'd have to ask them. Mr. Gabriel. Yeah, I just signed the NDA to start working with a 300-employee bank and a large financial consulting firm. Not bad for first clients, dare I say. Congrats. I'm sure there's tons of optimizations operationally that you can help them with, especially in Panama. That's legendary, brother. I'm really excited for you. That's really cool. And Mrs. Nikki Ortega, is it 9 p.m.? Not yet. 8:57 p.m. For anybody that's on this live, for the 8 people that are on this live, Mrs. Ascend Feminine is the significant other in my life. She's in Colombia right now. And she's tuning in, I suppose. Feel free to creep her on YouTube. You made a video about LinkedIn ads for recruiting. Are y'all still using that method for talent acquisition? No, we are not. Recruiter is exponentially better. Yes, you can still run LinkedIn ads, but I mean, you just think about it. A LinkedIn ads is a shotgun approach. You might get some talent, but at the end of the day, like sniper rifle approach, I love the sniper rifle approach. I've been a fan of THM. You can imagine THM for recruiting. It's literally, that is what this recruiter does. And it's beautiful. She manually hunts down companies that are the same as ours. Then she looks through their talent on LinkedIn, and she finds the best talent that fits our ideal hiring, client or ideal team member profile. It's kind of like an ICP, an ideal client profile, like an ideal avatar, except it's for your person that you want to hire. And so that's been way better, exponentially better. I can't tell you how much better it is because it's so amazing. So yes, recruiters have proven to be better than LinkedIn ads, but of course it's going to be better because, again, LinkedIn ads is a very shotgun approach. Do you still use that human dashboard? Not right now. If I get unproductive and if I feel I'm getting unproductive, then I get pretty ruthless about discipline and stuff. And I'll bust out a spreadsheet and I'll start using it. But for the most part, no. I used that thing for years. So you can kind of imagine that, like, after years of using it, it just becomes natural. Doesn't mean that I'm not subject to inefficiency and I'm perfect now that I did that for years. It just means that I could probably go 2-3 months without using it and be fine. Lately, it's been about 6 months. So not right now, but I used it a lot when I was younger. Yeah. Well, it is 9 p.m. on the dot, and I am going to call Mrs. Ascend Feminine. This is the good thing. I'll answer a couple more questions. I'll be a few minutes late for the one and only. Do you still use that human dashboard? Would you manually input your data, or would it be automated? Like, would your data from your Oura Ring automatically be inputted into the sheet? No, it's manual. You can't. Automating everything's pretty hard. I thought about that. The Oura Ring has an export feature, but it's easier to just manually take 30 seconds in the morning. Mr. Tom Woodcock, I appreciate the love. Thank you so much, brother. Much love to you as well. All right, one more question, if there is any questions in the next 20 seconds. Otherwise, we'll close this call off with boundaries and agreements. Right now, I'm going to call Nicole because I'm supposed to stop work at 9 p.m. every day, and it's 9:01. Good thing about a good mental model for relationships is setting clear expectations of just your schedule, when you're going to start work, when you're going to stop work. so that your partner always knows more or less when you'll be free. All right, that's it. Much love, you guys. I'm going to see you guys tomorrow. I got a video coming out tomorrow, and I'm going to try to keep more content coming out. Much love. Ciao.